when you have 56 of the smartest men on the planet in a room, how do you get them to agree on anything? Let's talk about that. Last time we talked, talked about the Declaration of Independence as a raw document being brought to the front of the Congress in Philadelphia. Those are 56 of probably the smartest men on the continent at the time. These were some world-class minds. As you can probably imagine, it might be difficult for them to work together to come together to create a single document that all of them, well, they're representing 13 colonies, but 56 men to agree on one thing and do it unanimously, which is what their goal was for the Declaration of Independence. I thought about that. It's kind of marveled, you know, because when these guys, you look at them, they're all so smart. At any party, you'd be thinking that any one of them is the smartest man in the room. Now you have 56 of them. All of them really smart. All of them probably alpha males. They have their opinions. They know what they've been told to agree to, or what, you know, their positions was of the states that they represent. Because remember, at this point, all 13 colonies were kind of separate. They didn't fall under one government like we do now. But what worked in the favor of getting things done, these guys have been working together for over a year. They came together in 1775, so they've already worked through an awful lot together. And over the course of that time, they got to know each other pretty well. They knew each person's strengths, how they thought, get an idea of how to push their buttons. You know that Ben Franklin was there. He's a super smart guy, and he is kind of a prankster there, so you know he knew how to tug on people's chains. Well, for the Declaration of Independence, what we know about that is that they've been working together for, like I said, for a year. And it was a kind of a compilation of what they'd already agreed to. So, in that regard, that kind of made things quite a bit easier to make it happen. In addition, there was no air conditioning. The room was loaded with horseflies. They were hot breast and wool clothing. Some of them wearing the powdered wigs, which made it even hotter. So they were pretty keen to get relief, because they had to keep the windows and doors all shut to keep people from eavesdropping on what they were doing as far as the Declaration of Independence itself. While they were working on that document, the windows were closed. So they were probably pretty keen to agree, given that they were probably roasting in their own juices. So of necessity, they probably agreed on some things they already knew would be sticking points, and they were ready to compromise on some things. You had to compromise in order to get along. And what things had a good chance of making it through if you stood firm on it. And with the document given on the 28th, they still had some pressing business to take care of before they could get to the Declaration of Independence. And that was an act, or the motion put forward by Henry Lee, Richard Henry Lee, of the state escapes me, which made the Declaration valid. And that was the motion to secede from Great Britain, or to break from England. And that had to be argued and agreed to before the declaration document could even get voted on. So what happens is you have a lot of the sticking points already argued out, a lot of the stuff, because these guys, the working document, Jefferson's original, was laying on a table for anyone to see and take notes and look at it and see what was written down. So they would have had days to think about all that before they even got to debate on it. And that probably made things easier. But still, I marvel at the idea of getting that done. And if you've ever sat in a committee meeting with other smart people, or even regular people, and you had something really important you had to agree on, that you all had to agree, if everybody has to be unanimous, it's difficult. So we don't diminish the signing, but what I'm marveling at is how we got together. These people all working together. These are 55, 56 individual thoughts and all their ways of doing things coming together to bring us together as a country. Our razor today is a Japanese razor, phone, or Fun, F-E-O-N. Here we go. It's a 6/8, very hollow grind. It's a marvelous, marvelous razor. It's a fairly new one to my collection. And we were using fine platinum today. I used the soap that I've used was the original double milled hard puck, but I've also got the Italian soft puck too, which is pretty good. All in all, we got an amazing shave. Thank you so much for sticking with me, thinking about these smart guys. Do some reading about these guys. They're really pretty interesting. If you have any comments, more questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm Major Rich. You find me at theshavingcondor.com. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.